Let us now connect to our colleague Prarambha Dahal, who is currently at the Federal Parliament premise. Prarambha, if you can hear us, what's your take on the address by Secretary General Antonio Guterres?
Well, Sarah, first of all, it was quite a compassionate address by Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, at the joint meeting of the both houses of the Federal Parliament of Nepal earlier this afternoon. Well, considering his visit, the 4-day visit that he has had of Nepal and the places he's visited, in his own words, the visit was enormous success. After the meeting of the Parliament, both houses of the Parliament, we had the opportunity of also speaking with the Prime Minister, former Prime Ministers out here, and they termed the visit an enormous success as well. So considering the aspects that he has raised, the issues that he has tried to address and include in his speech at the Parliament today, it goes without saying that he has highlighted Nepal's climate concerns, Nepal's transitional peace process, and the achievements Nepal has been making in terms of combating the impacts of climate change, be it with the natural disasters that are happening, raising awareness, the inclination towards alternative energies that Nepal is moving forward with. All those aspects have been raised during his 4-day visit. So looking at all these aspects, yes, the visit has been successful. Even the government has appreciated the visit, while Secretary General Guterres has also appreciated the hospitality and the efforts made by not just the government, even the local residents, to make sure that the issues of Nepal are made aware throughout the world as well, Shara.
Prarambha, how do you think Nepal can benefit from this visit by the UN chief?
Well, Sarah, considering the presence of media out here, we just did not have the presence of only the Nepali media outlets. We also had representatives from global media. So the issues raised by UN Secretary General at today's meeting and during his visit, the entire visit, have been heard of by the global media as well and the audience as well. So the aspects related to Nepal's climate concerns, Nepal's initiatives in terms of what he said was impeccable initiative with the exemplary afforestation program, raising awareness about climate concerns as well. So all those aspects have been made heard at the global level. He also called for larger support and action from developed nations for countries like developing countries like Nepal, who barely emit any carbon emissions, but at the same time are one of the worst victims of disasters and the consequences of climate change. So those issues have been made heard not just by the government of Nepal, but also the UN Secretary General. So the impact has spread throughout in fact the voice has been spread throughout the world. So this should actually, with the COP coming up very soon, these voices should be reiterated, reinforced, and actions must be taken, because only making commitments has been a thing of past. We've seen so many leaders making those commitments, including our own government leadership. But when the COP comes very soon, we hope these voices are translated into implementation, Sarah.
The UN chief's visit was certainly a big message of itself in the international community. How do you think this has been viewed by people in the country and also international stakeholders?
Well, considering the scale of natural disasters Nepal has been facing in the past decade, all because of the impacts of climate change, the sufferings have been felt by the local residents of remote parts of Nepal throughout the country, be it in the mountains where the glaciers are melting at an alarming rate, record levels, as the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres mentioned earlier, to the floods and the impacts that the natural disasters have on the drinking water networks, the impact on babies, children, senior citizens, their health conditions, the damages on the infrastructures and the reconstruction process that it takes. All these factors add an economic toll on Nepal, which is just taking its strides after the political transformation in terms of sustainable development goals, its own economic development, growth rates, aspirations. So all these aspects have been raised by His Excellency the UN Secretary General as well. And considering the message that he's sent today to the parliamentarians and the government representatives as well, including the diplomats who are present here and the international community, we really hope this goes out as a good message and calls for better actions from Nepal's development partners as well and the global community, because only Nepal making afforestation initiatives is just not enough, because we're not the largest of emitters. In fact, we are, as he said, 0.000x% is what we do, but the commitment from the rest of the world, the developed countries, has not been coming for Nepal. So we really hope with this visit, it sends a strong message and calls for the developed countries to take actions and support Nepal, be a better friend of Nepal, because Nepal has always been a good friend to the rest of the world, Sarah.